Is your golf swing playing off track? You've looked at your golf swing on video and you feel like your golf swing playing is just not quite right. You might be coming down way too steep and you're hitting a lot of shots to the left and just a lot of inconsistency. Well, in this next video, I'm going to show you 2 effective golf swing playing drills that you can practice at home to get your golf swing back on plane so you can start hitting the golf ball a lot more solid, a lot straighter, and start lowering those scores. So I'll see you soon. Hey, it's Troy from hittingitsolid.com here. This is where I help you make the golf game easy and play the golf shots that you want to play. So make sure you like this video. Remember to subscribe to the channel. More subscribers I get here helps me grow the channel and keep on producing golf videos like this so we can keep on improving and playing much better golf together. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, so you want to know some effective golf swing playing drills. So the golf swing playing is absolutely critical in a golf swing, and most likely, if you're not playing good golf, there's a fair chance your golf swing playing is off and causing a lot of that inconsistency. So make sure you watch this video right to the end, because I'm going to go through 2 effective golf swing playing drills that can really help you out with your golf game. So if the first one doesn't work for you, the second one may very well do the job. So I want to cover first of all, what is the golf swing playing? If you're not 100% sure with it, or even if you are, just to clarify it so you understand exactly what an ideal swing plane should be and how we can best fix it. So if I was set up to a golf ball like this, and I've got my good posture, if I was to draw a line from where the golf ball, or where the shaft is, right through the shaft, right through the grip, right through my body, that would be considered my swing plane. And as I set up to the ball, and ideally in a perfect golf swing, if there is such a thing, if I was to swing this club back up to the top and I was to swing down, my club would stay on that swing plane. Now it would stay on it during the backswing takeaway. As it gets to the top, it would come off that plane. It would be parallel to that line, and as it comes down, it would trace back on that line again. And at impact, it would probably be a little bit above that line, but fairly close to it, and that would be considered a golf swing on plane. Now, as you probably realize, most golfers, even the really best golfers in the world, they don't stay on that swing plane line the whole way through their golf swing. It's extremely difficult to do. There are some that do it, and it's also important to understand the downswing, staying on plane there, is the critical part of getting the golf swing playing right, because as you'd probably be aware, there's been a lot of great golfers over the years who've had different sort of backswings, where they'll take it inside or outside or do a little loop at the top. They've been able to win many tournaments through different sort of backswings. However, when it comes to their downswing, pretty much all of them will get that club on plane all the way down to impact, and they've been able to make really good contact with the golf ball. So whilst I am going to cover the golf backswing, getting that on plane, it's really the downswing that is really the key to getting that swing playing right. And typically where most golfers go wrong, and you might fall into this category, you might make a pretty good backswing, but as you come down, you're most likely coming down steep like this, which is coming off the plane line, because the plane line would be down here. And so instead of coming down like this, you're probably coming more like this and coming over the top of that swing plane, which is causing a lot of the issues in your golf swing. So in these next 2 drills, I'm going to be covering a way that you can practice this at home to get a much more effective swing plane. So stick around, let's get stuck into them. Okay, let's get stuck into our effective golf swing plane drills. And here's drill number 1. Now you can see a little station, if you like, I've got set up here. I've got set up a golf club here for the line of my feet. Now I've got a golf ball here. Now I've got another club head set up, I don't know, about a foot or two behind the golf ball as a reference point, just to show you how this works. So now again, this is in a perfect golf swing plane, which as we know is really difficult to do, but this will give you a very good guide and something you can practice at home just to make sure your golf swing is on plane. So all you're going to need is obviously 3 clubs and a ball. Now I'm going to grab an alignment stick here. If you don't have an alignment stick, you can use another golf club, works just as effective. And what we're going to do, we're going to attach it to the golf club. Now you probably just want it sticking about, I don't know, about a foot or so at the end of your grip. Now there's a couple of really nice checkpoints here to make sure our swing is on plane. Now I will add to this, it really helps to stay on plane in your golf swing if you maintain a really good posture and maintain side bend in the downswing. And what I mean by that is, if I've got my posture set up here at address, I've got those nice angles. As I go back, as I come down, I need to maintain that distance that my chest is, for example, from the ball. If I was to do anything like this, lift up, get further from the ball, that will throw my swing plane out. So it's really critical to make this work with these drills, that as you come down, you maintain your posture and you maintain that side bend. I'll put a link up to a video above that talks about right side bend. Basically it means you maintain that distance that your chest from the ball is at setup right through the golf swing. And that helps with your swing plane. Okay, so let's grab that alignment stick. Got it about a foot from the end here. And what we're going to do, this is our first checkpoint for our backswing. Now, about halfway back in our backswing, the end of this alignment stick, you want it roughly pointing somewhere between those 2 clubs there. And that's roughly somewhere about on plane. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit out that way or this way. And that's roughly a checkpoint to make sure your swing is on plane. Ideally, you wouldn't want it out somewhere like that, or conversely somewhere out like that. You want it somewhere in between that range, in between the golf clubs there. So that's the first checkpoint. And again, as I said earlier, the backswing is not critical. There's been a lot of different backswings off plane, if you like, that have been really effective. The downswing is really the key. So let's take it to the top. Now we've made a full turn in our backswing. Now in the downswing, this is the key part. As we come down, we want that pointy end of that alignment stick, we want it pointing somewhere at the ball, or even past the golf ball around this area here, but we want it somewhere pointing around there. What we don't want to do, so I'll get to the top here, we don't want it pointing down there like it does with the backswing. As you can see what happens there, if I have it pointing down here, I come down very steep and we're going to cut across the golf ball. So it's really important as we come down, you have that pointy end pointing somewhere at the golf ball or even past it. And that way you know you're on plane in a great position to hit the golf ball. So this is a fantastic and effective golf swing plane drill you can practice at home. You could probably even potentially hit golf balls with this, but you don't even have to hit balls. Practice this at home and it will really help you out. So let's get stuck into drill number 2. Pop a comment down below if you've tried this golf swing plane drill and it's worked really well for you, or if you've tried another golf swing plane drill that you've found really effectively. Pop that down below and I'll reply to every comment. Okay, here's the second of our effective golf swing plane drill. So I've set up an alignment stick here. Now I've got this roughly about, now you can set this up a number of different ways, but the purpose of this video, I've set it up roughly about, I don't know, about 10 inches behind the golf ball, and the height of it is just below my hand height where I would be at address. So if my address is here, I've got it just a little bit lower, roughly around this point here. So you can play around with this. The better skilled player, you can have this a little bit lower. It'll be a lot harder to perform this drill. If you're struggling a lot with your golf swing plan, you probably don't want to have it that low. You can probably pop it up a bit higher, but usually about somewhere around, I don't know, it's probably about a fist or so width lower than where your hands are at address. Now the object of this drill is, this works really effectively for getting your golf downswing on a better swing plane. Typically where most golfers go wrong, as I explained earlier, is when they come on their downswing, they come down very steep. Now when you come down very steep, if you were to do this drill, you would crash straight into that alignment stick, which is obviously not very good. So what this alignment stick does is it teaches you to have your hands come down lower on a much shallower downswing plane, which will get you a lot of really good things with ball contact and that. So when you set up with an alignment stick in this position, you can practice making swings and just feel like your hands and everything are getting lower and you're coming into the ball really shallow and making a nice golf swing like that. And this is a drill, you can set this up at home and just do a lot of rehearsals with the alignment stick. You can also do this at the driving range by sticking an alignment stick or a club into one of those range ball buckets and setting it up behind your golf ball. And you can actually hit shots set up like this. And just, it really teaches you to get that golf club on a much better downswing plane. Now, I'll put a link at this end of this video where I'll go into this with a little bit more detail with position and so forth. But it's a fantastic drill to really practice cementing that downswing plane and getting those hands lower. So there's absolutely no chance I'm going to do that. It just teaches you to come down much more shallow and under that stick, and we made a much better golf swing and we're right on plane. So that's drill number 2. There you have it. Now you know 2 effective golf swing plane drills you can practice at home and start lowering your golf scores. So please remember to like this video and remember to subscribe to the channel. That would really help me out. Now below this video I have a link for free access to my 3 secret moves. Make sure you get a hold of that. There'll also be a link to some other free golf instruction. Make sure you check that out. Once again, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.